my father and my brother stewed a golden python for dinner, and at night Grandma was torn by 100 snakes and died. The 7th day of the python's life was the 15th day of the 7th month of the lunar calendar, when the gates of the ghosts opened. If we can't return the snake's bones, the whole village will die. But the snake's tail was taken by the wildcat, ate into the belly. The village threw the yin and yang of the 3 grandmothers' dead eyes on me. She made this girl into meat bait to lure the wildcat, and cut open her belly to get the bones. My grandmother died on July 14th, torn by 100 snakes. Shady room, the poisonous snakes crowding the room. I saw my grandmother's big half of the body is gone. Eyes because of excessive panic and outflow of blood and tears. 3rd grandmother looked grave and pale. This is the python immortal taking revenge on your family. What exactly did you guys do to offend the python immortal? My family and I looked at each other in disbelief. 3rd grandma was so angry that she directly slapped the table, slapped my brother, and scolded. When the python immortal is angry, no one survives. Tell the truth if you want to live. Seeing the seriousness of the matter, my brother told the truth. My milk has not been feeling well lately, so I wanted to give her a tonic. As it happens, 6 days ago I found a golden python in the east corner, so I skinned it and made a snake soup for my milk. That python seemed to be humanized as well, and actually shed tears after hearing this. 3rd grandmother stumbled and directly fell to the ground, her face pale. Your grandmother has been sick for a long time. I invited the python immortal to help you guys shelter the family house. Who knew that you guys would actually kill the family preservation immortal? Tomorrow is the 7th day of its life, and it coincides with the opening of the ghost gate. I'm afraid it's going to bloodbath our whole village. My dad sniffed and kicked me in the stomach, knocking me to the ground without getting up for half a day. You little bitch, when we were peeling the skin, you didn't know to advise us. I was in tears from the pain. My brother and my father would beat and kick me if I didn't get what they wanted. How could I dare to disobey them? What's more, I didn't eat a single bite of that snake soup. It was all shared by them. Seeing that my dad was going to continue to come and beat me up, 3rd grandma hurriedly stopped him and glared fiercely at him. It's not like there's no solution. Bury the complete remains of the python immortal back in the snake immortal cave before July 15th, that is, tomorrow night at 12 o'clock, so that it can regroup its form. Perhaps the python immortal will be able to dissipate his anger. I, however, felt a chill down my back, and even my voice trembled. That snake's tail was eaten by a wildcat this morning. Where did the complete remains come from? 3rd grandma's brow furrowed, her face grim. I'll try and see if I can lure the wildcat out and cut open the belly to get the bones. I need one of you to be the meat bait. That wildcat ate the snake bones. Its grievances possessed it. It can't wait to swallow your family alive. Upon hearing this, my brother shivered in fear and pushed me out. Let Chen Shia go. If anything happens to me, who will carry on the old Chen family's legacy? I almost cried out. I'm scared. My dad, however, did not hesitate to slap me, pointing at me and scolding angrily. Your brother is the only child of the old Chen family. If you don't go and die, should you let him go? If you don't go, I'll sell you now. 3rd grandma sighed helplessly and compromised. Shia girl, time waits for no one. It's just you. 3rd grandma handed me a silver bell, and her expression suddenly became incredibly serious. Girl, remember, no matter what happens tonight, don't open your eyes. I cried my heart out, unwilling to go to my death, but my dad and my brother rudely locked me in my room. At 9 o'clock at night, I lay on my grandmother's bed with my eyes dead shut, unable to stop my body from shaking. Grandma died in this bed. Will I also die without a body like Grandma? Immortal bells led the way. Virgins offer sacrifices. Please spirit cats show up quickly. With a sobbing voice, I kept repeating the mantra that 3rd grandma had taught me, and finally, when I had recited it for the 18th time, the bell in my hand made a sharp 3 short and 1 long ring. Ding bell. Ding bells. Ding bell. Ding. I was so frightened by this sharp sound that I held my breath in death, not even daring to breathe a single breath, and my cold sweat instantly drenched the mattress. 3rd grandma had said that if the bell rang, it was the appearance of a wildcat possessed by the python immortal. After realizing this, my breathing was unconsciously rapid, and my body couldn't control the softness. I closed my eyes and wanted to get out of bed to escape, but I heard countless hissing sounds ringing in my ears. Hissing. In the darkness, all the senses are amplified, and I instantly recognized that it was the sound of a snake's letter gulping. The snake's tail swept over the backs of my feet, climbed up my body from my calves, and finally stopped in front of me. Because the distance was so close, I could even smell the bloody odor brought by the snake's letter. I was so scared that I broke out in a cold Sweat, how could it be the python, immortal, that came instead of a spirit cat? What should I do now? Third grandma told me to hold on to it to the death, no matter what I encountered. But I was usually the most afraid of snakes, and I didn't dare to do anything at all. Now it was as if my body was out of control and I could only freeze in place. Just when I thought I would be buried in the snake's belly, just like grandma, my brother's mocking voice came from my ears. Chen Shaya, you're too unforgiving to be scared. A rope scares you like this? My nervousness instantly relaxed, and I directly cried out in fear, opening my eyes to look for him. However, what came into my eyes was a golden python, wrapped around me, gulping snake letters, opening its bloody mouth towards me. At this moment, my legs went weak, knowing that I should run for my life, but I couldn't take a step. The snake letter of the python very quickly cut across my right eye, and instantly, a sharp pain spread through my limbs and bones. Ah! I cried out in pain. My right eyeball was actually eaten by the python fairy. Having tasted it, the python fairy's eyes glowed green, and it inclined its head to bite my neck and drink my blood. Bastard, don't hurt anyone. An angry female voice rang out as third grandma raised her hoe and slashed at the python fairy, which quickly let go of my body. Almost the instant it let go of me, my world quickly regained clarity. The one that ate my eyeballs was not a python fairy. It was clearly a green-eyed black cat. Meow. The black cat grimaced and yowled, holding my eyeballs in its mouth as it leapt out of the window, completely blending into the night. Third grandma's face was pale, and between her brows was a sorrow that couldn't be melted away. The snake bone can't be retrieved. This beast has swallowed the snake bone and is stained with human blood. I'm afraid it will become a demon before the python fairy is pacified. The cat demon has risen again. What kind of sins has our village committed? My dad heard that he couldn't get the snake bone back. Instantly his anger got the better of him, grabbed me by the hair and slapped me 3 times in a row, hitting me with blood all over my face and my head buzzing. You punk, you didn't get the snake bone back and you lost an eye. Who will want to marry you in the future? Money loser. Don't expect me to send you to the hospital. I still have to save up the dowry money for your brother. I don't have the money to treat you. Third grandma viciously pushed my dad away and warned him with her eyes, while then looking at me regretfully. Girl, you've been wronged. I'll stop the bleeding first, and when we get this over with tomorrow, I'll send you to the doctor. I gritted my teeth to death, biting my lips to a bloody pulp. Obviously, I told myself not to cry, but the tears still fell in aggravation. The trouble was caused by my brother. Why am I the one paying the price? Third grandma sighed, and finally treated the dead horse as a living horse. I invited the Earth Store King Bodhisattva, and when the day breaks, we will immediately set off to the Snake Immortal Cave to return the snake bones. And if there is a piece of snake bone missing, then let it be missing with the blessing of Earth Store King Bodhisattva. The python immortal won't dare to make trouble. Third grandma placed the Earth Store King Bodhisattva in the center of the house, and respectfully set up offerings of fruit, incense and candles. My brother rolled his eyes. I don't even worship a proper bodhisattva, let alone one I've never even heard of. So what the hell? Third grandma was so furious that she picked up her hoe and wanted to kill him. Earth Store King Bodhisattva specializes in the control of evil spirits in hell. Are you the one who can talk nonsense? As soon as the words fell, I saw the bodhisattva's eyes begin to weep blood, and a drop of blood and tears actually flowed out. Oh no! The bodhisattva is angry. Third grandma hurriedly slapped my brother hard a few times and kicked him a few times, making him kneel down and beg the bodhisattva for forgiveness. Once my brother saw the seriousness of the situation, he was scared shitless and hurriedly fetched 3 jaw sticks. But the jaw sticks could not be lit. My brother's heart was set, and he directly inserted the unlit candles into the candlestick, and with a loud bang, the statue of the bodhisattva was split into pieces and scattered all over the place. Third grandmother was so shocked that she backed away. I went to help her, did not hold. Third grandma sat down on the ground with a pale face and a cold sweat on her forehead. It's over. The bodhisattva is not willing to bless us. Tomorrow we can only pray for more blessings. Third grandma gave each of us a bottle of acacia honey. Remember, you must apply it all over your body. This acacia honey can mask our human odor for a while, and hide us from the python immortal. The python immortal was killed by your family. Someone from your family must personally send the snake bones back, or the entire village will not survive. Third grandma looked at me again, and touched my head compassionately. Girls have heavy yin chi. If this rhinoceros horn is given to you, even if you stand in front of the python immortal, it won't be able to see you. My brother was instantly displeased and reached out to grab it. You're being too biased. Third grandma slapped him on the head and scolded. If you make any more trouble, I'll leave you guys alone." Only then did my brother completely stop. I wiped my tears and almost cried out. For the first time someone chose to defend me instead of defending my brother. It's just that I didn't expect the cost of defending to be this great. Immortal bones returned to their homeland. The python immortal is not to be blamed. Third grandma led us deeper into the snake immortal cave, which was actually a huge primitive forest. The expression on her face grew more and more grave. I've just seen it. There are 3 places that could all be places where the python immortal cultivates. These 3 places are very far apart. We have to separate to check which one is real. It is now exactly 6 p.m. and there are still 6 hours until 12 p.m. If we can return the snake bone safely. Third grandma didn't finish her words, but we all knew that if we couldn't return the snake bones safely, we would all be gnawed by 10,000 snakes and die without a body, just like my milk. Seeing my lips shivering in fear, third grandma patted my shoulder and comforted me. "Shia girl has lost one eye. I'll go with her, and one of you masters will go to one place." Of course my dad refused and immediately yelled, "That won't do. You have to go with our IWAZ. If something happens to lead WAZI, my old Chen family's lineage will be broken." My brother also quickly chimed in, "Third grandma, that little girl is blind in one eye. It's not a pity to die." My heart was like ashes. Just because I'm a girl, do I deserve to die? Suddenly, the leaves of the trees were suddenly whistled by the gale, and everyone's face changed. The python fairy had come. I was so scared that my legs were thrashing, tightly clutching the rhino horn in my palm, and not daring to let go, reassuring myself, with the rhino horn here, the python immortal, it can't see me. But the next second, a 30-something meters long golden python broke out of the ground and stood against the wind. In front of its huge body, we were as small as ants. The huge snakes had probed towards my dad, and I was sweating with anxiety, as it was about to bite him. Even if he treats me badly, he is the person who gave birth to me and raised me. How can I just watch him die? I hurriedly picked up a stone and hit the python fairy, hoping to attract its attention. Sure enough, the python immortal was enraged and twisted its huge body around, its scarlet eyes glaring at me. I shivered, knowing that I should run for my life, but my feet could never take a step, so I could only close my eyes in death. "I have a rhinoceros horn. Can't see me," I kept telling myself in my mind, but the cold sweat on my forehead was dripping down one by one. The hissing sound is getting closer and closer, so close that it seems to be ringing in my ears. Finally, I can't help but open my eyes, only to see the fist-sized blood-red snake's eyes is staring at me without blinking. Could it be that it could see me? How is this possible? Save me! I was so scared that I cried out directly and looked at my dad in despair. My dad had already scared the sheet out of me, pulling my brother and running. "Rick, watch and run. Leave your sister alone." The last shred of expectation in my heart was completely shattered. I put my life on the line to save him, but he only had eyes for my brother. When my dad was running for his life, he glanced at the snake scales scattered on the ground, and his greed got the better of him. "This is something from a python fairy. If we sell it, well, have money for the dowry." My dad went crazy and had to pick up the scattered scales in this instant. His head was bitten off by the python fairy, leaving a bloody headless body on the ground.